Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my full Devil May Cry 5 complete platinum walkthrough. I think, well, at the time of making this, I think I'm the only one which is doing a full complete platinum guide for this. I know you've got loads of like smaller guides for certain S ranks and difficulties, but yeah, I think I'm the only one covering the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, this is Devil Hunter mode, difficulty. And before we get into Son of Spider, which will be the next one, all the enemy placements in Devil Hunter are the same as human mode. Once we get onto Son of Spider, all the enemy placements will change and then they will be the same for all the other difficulties. You have Son of Spider, Dante Must Die, Heaven and Hell, and Hell and Hell. They're all the same enemy placements. And as you saw then guys, what we are taking into the prologue is 1 Jabira and 2 Buster Arms. Yeah, 1 Jabira and 2 Buster Arms. And this first mission, we don't need to worry about doing this no damage. If you remember, if we kill this boss on the prologue, you automatically get 15,000 points. So it doesn't matter if you take damage, have a really bad rank. As long as you're not wearing a super suit, you're pretty much guaranteed a S rank as long as you kill the boss on the prologue. Yeah, so while we're getting through this guys, and like I say, you'll see me killing the boss. So yeah, Devil Hunter mode. This is the second difficulty. I mean, we've done Legendary Dark Knight already. But that's more like a PS5 sort of extra sort of thing, which you still need to do. So there's a PS5 trophy connected to it. So yeah, Devil Hunter mode. You deal only 66% damage off what you did on human. Yeah, only 66% damage. And I confirmed that using the Void. Yep, and it's the same for your defense as well. You have lower defense. Your score, you need an S rank on this, of course. But to get an S rank, you need 5,000 points. So while going through all these levels, we're going to be getting S ranks as we go along. And as I've done on the previous videos, what I will do is at the start of each chapter, or a particular tricky battle or boss fight, I'll come back and give you some tips and my strategies or anything else you need to know guys, which will be helpful. But for the most part, I'll just let you go through it yourself. You can obviously see me what I'm doing. But yeah, you'll see me coming back if there's anything useful to know. No collectibles to get, we've already got them all on the other difficulties. There's still 1 or 2 misc trophies we need to get. We're going to be getting one of them here on mission... I think it's mission 13. Mission 13, you have to do that mission with all your characters. So far, we've done it with Dante, we've done it with Nero, and on this difficulty we're going to do it as V. And then once got that trophy on all other difficulties, we'll do it as Dante because he's the most overpowered with his red orb skills. So yep, get through this guys. Remember, don't wear super suit. You don't want to have auto assist on for any missions now. Going forward, no more auto assist. Don't even think about that thing. It gives you a bit of a penalty. But if you've got auto assist on, when you play as V, you'll find it can be a bit tricky getting S rank still and take damage. If you don't take damage, you can use auto assist for V, but some missions it's quite tricky to avoid damage altogether. And of course, on the final difficulty, it's a one-hit kill anyway. Yeah, and when you knock this guy down, yeah, when you destroy Crystal for the first time, come up to him, use Jabira mid-air breakage, and then Buster Arm breakage times 2. And then go into Devil Trigger mode and just attack him, and hopefully you get rid of him guys before he gets a chance to respawn the crystal. If you just respawn the crystal, just again start attacking the crystal with just normal charge shots, and then repeat guys. It should fall soon enough. This next mission guys, mission 1, yeah, we want to do this one without taking damage. All the fights in this one you can pretty much just run past, and if you still need a trophy for finding 100 Devil Breakers, just make sure you keep an eye out for any guys and pick them up along the way. Yeah, but because you can avoid all the battles in mission 1, it's quite easy. All you have to do is just sprint straight to the boss, kill him without getting hit, so you get the no damage bonus, and that'll pretty much guarantee an S rank. You can take some Devil Breakers in with you if you want. They're not really necessary. Just be very careful you get close to the boss on mission 1. Yeah, when you kill a prologue boss, it sort of gives you like a bad ending and it takes you back to the main menu. Yeah, that boss on mission 1, guys, yeah, just be careful when you're close. When you're close, you will do like a close range sweep. So you don't want to stay close for too long. If you do want to get close, use the melee or use Devil Breaker. Only attack for a few seconds and then dodge away. But it's a lot easier to shoot from a distance. Just keep moving from left to right and shooting him, guys. And occasionally he'll put a vine into the ground which will try to come up below you. But as long as you keep moving left to right and jumping, you should evade them. So get through mission 1, guys, and I'll see you on mission 2.
Really getting the hang of this new toy. Nico leave this here? Sweet. What a mess. Are they collecting human blood? It's not just about food. There's something else. What a lovely house plant. Like that? And have some more. Something up! Gerber! They're everywhere. Makes me sick.
Hey, tough guy. That'll keep him, but not for long.
What do you mean?
Nice easy one, that to sort of warm you up into it. Yeah, remember I've got my text guide as well. I've got a separate text guide for all the difficulties. You'll find the Devil Hunter one linked in the description for this video. Right, so mission 2. Mission 2, you want to take a full magazine of Jabira with you. I won't say it's necessary, it just helps in some of the fights, because once you get in the hotel, obviously you're in very confined rooms and such, and the mid-air breaker, it's because it bounces off all the walls, it'll just deal loads of damage to the enemies to get rid of them really quick. But yeah, get through this. Like I say, the fights aren't too bad leading up to the boss, but you do want to be doing this whole mission without taking damage, and we're going to do the same on all other difficulties, going through it without taking damage. So yeah, full magazine of Jabira, it will come in useful once you get in the hotel. Crack on, guys, and just before you get to the boss, I'll come back because there's a way to skip a gauntlet if you sort of jump over it. I'll come back just to let you know what I'm doing, and then we'll get ready for the boss fight. Boss fight ain't too bad, it's Goliath. It's not too bad, it's a massive battle arena, so it's not really as bad as it sounds. I know it's a big boss, but it's quite simple to do, I find. Right guys, so I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you near the end.
Demons doing in a city like this? Too Not making it easy for me, huh? Not so fast! Gerber! Apocalyptic. Trying to stop me. Oh, whatever shall I do? Yeah, I can make this work. Just hack my way through. He doesn't seem like a demon to me. Wait, which way did I come from again? Yeah! Mega Buster! Again. Run from this! Right now! Gerber! Getting really sick of this stupid tree.
Here it is, how to skip a gauntlet. So once you've got the hatchling, if you go too far forward on the road, it will collapse and trigger a gauntlet. But if you come up here, you can jump over it. Yeah, you need to jump over where the road collapses. Yep, and you want to land near this barrier, and you pretty know you're safe then, and you're out of the way. But yeah, that's a nice easy way, guys, to skip that gauntlet. And next, you want to come over to telephone box. So this is going to be the boss Goliath. Like I say, he's not too bad. What I find with this boss fight, you don't want to be getting too close to him. So you don't want any devil breakers where you have to get in close to use them. You can knock him down, but it's kind of tricky, not really consistent how it happens. So there's no point taking any buster arms. Just again, a full magazine of Jabiras. They're really helpful for dodging out of the way. And the mid-air breakage comes in quite useful when you actually fall inside the church and you're in that small room. Come useful in there, do quite a bit of damage. Just remember, there's three phases. He'll be on the top of the church, then he'll fall inside, and then eventually he'll do that suck-in move inside, and a hole will blow up in the wall. Then you can go back outside while he's doing the suck-in animation, so you avoid it. And then he'll come outside and join you, and you'll finish him off outside, guys, on the streets. When he does that suck-in animation, if you do get sucked in, use a breakaway. I think it happens to me here, actually. And I thought I took damage, but I didn't. Yeah, if you do get sucked in, use the breakaway. That's one way you just press one button and it destroys your devil breaker. But also does like a bit of damage to the enemy. It's not a lot of damage, but they're useful for like escaping grabs and whatnot. Yeah, just instantly break your devil breaker and like normally escape grabs and such. Just be careful when you first drop in, because you'll grab that pillar and try to lob it at you, but normally a triple jump will avoid most attacks. Yeah, so these work really well in here. Yeah, I was going to say enjoy it while you can, because on all other difficulties it's going to take much longer to kill. But one good thing, I know the enemy's placements change in reference to gauntlets on other difficulties from Son of Spider and above, but all the bosses are pretty much the same. Obviously they might be more aggressive or have more health, especially down to Must Die when they get a double trigger. But yeah, the bosses are more or less the same. Just obviously more, takes longer to kill them because they've got more health. So yeah, he'll join you and then finish him off, guys. And normally when he gets out here, he gets sort of angry, goes into rage mode. But yeah, that's pretty much it, how to get rid of Goliath. Mission 3 will do something very similar to what we did in Mission 2. We're going to take a full magazine of Jabira with you. Again, once you get into the sewer, and also in the library if they're death scissors, they come in really useful, the mid-air breakage, because it ricochets off the walls, kills all them really quick. This one, the boss is quite tricky on this one. But what I will say, I should have mentioned this on Mission 2 actually, if you do take damage, I've mentioned this in human mode anyway, so you should know about this. But I just remind you, if you do take damage, obviously you're going to avoid that no damage bonus, which doubles your score. You want to close up. Don't reload checkpoint, because then it will save the damage you took, even though you reloaded checkpoint before. It will save that you took damage in there. And also if you reload checkpoint too many times anyway, you get a penalty. Yeah, so all you want to do, you want to close up and then reload the game, guys, and go from there. That doesn't count the damage or the checkpoint reload. Yes, if you take damage, just close up, boot the game back up, and just jump back in. You know all this, like I said, I've mentioned it in human mode. I'm just reminding you about that. Okay, so yeah, get through this, guys. Very shortly, there's one, when you pass below that bridge up ahead, sometimes there'll be two different paths to take. If you get the one, it's not a big problem, it's literally like a difference of like 5 seconds. And then you're back on the same path again by the time you get into the sewer. Yeah, get through this, guys. Get to the boss. Try to save some Jabira for death scissors if you can in the library, because you'll get rid of them really quick. And save them all for when you get in the sewers anyway, because you're in a confined space. Yeah, get to the boss and then come back on the boss. Like I say, this boss is pretty tricky on this one. It's not too bad when you get used to it, but just getting used to it can seem quite daunting at first. But yeah, once you do get used to its moves, it's not too bad, I don't think.
We're taking this fucking thing down. Bullets have to be coming from somewhere. Bingo. You want me to follow you? No way, asshole. You bring that shit to me. Gerber! Run from this! Gerber! Without strength, you can't protect anything. I know that.
There's no such thing as
So once you reach a boss, yeah, we're going to come into the little trailer, Nico's trailer, and we're going to just change our loadout slightly. So when you knock this boss down, and you will knock him down at some point, Bust Arm does tons of damage to him. So this is the build you want for this boss. You want Jabira, Buster, Jabira, Buster, Jabira, Buster. And just like so, guys. Yeah, but when you do knock the boss down, you have to be very quick. This boss, it recovers very quickly. And you see, even I don't do it quick enough. Because I try to be cocky and get off a Jabira mid-air breakage at the same time. And also get a Buster Arm breakage. But you don't quite get... I mean, if you're really fast and you don't mess up, you can get a chance to do it, but obviously I wasn't fast enough. So yeah, once you knock the boss down, drop straight down to the boss, destroy your Devil Breaker if you don't have a Buster Arm at the front. Once you get your Buster Arm, quickly charge it and use the breakage. Don't bother trying to use any of the breakages when you knock it down. You'll see with me, guys, you don't quite get time. You have to be mega quickly. Alright, so Artemis. Yeah, so when she does the dive bombs like so, you just double jump over them, double jump, or a single jump can even dodge it. And you're just going to keep shooting from distance like so, just a normal charge up shots, the first tier. And just keep moving left to right, guys. You can jump over most of her attacks. Move from left to right will dodge most of them as well without jumping. You need to make sure you jump her horizontal sort of arc of projectiles. And also her dive bombs. And watch out for the little bombs she tries to shoot at you that slowly float through the air. There's two then. And watch out for the little minions she spits out as well. Them two there. Just make sure you shoot them as soon as they get released, so you can sort of make them inactive. And once you get her to about half HP like so, she'll move to the middle of the arena, and this indicates she's about to float up to the top. Just watch out, because normally when she does this as well, the current little orbs around the area will try to dive bomb you, and then she'll respawn new ones. So make sure you're ready to dodge them or shoot them. Then quickly shoot the new orb she spawns. Snatch up to her and just keep attacking her, guys. You can use enemy step on her as well. Be quick here or she's going to do a massive attack. Now this is it. You need to be very quickly. You'll see I took too long. Useless. Yeah, you want to get straight down there. Use that Buster Arm as quick as possible, guys. Breakage. that would have finished her off. So I've got to go through it again. On high difficulties, especially down it must die, even after you knock it down, and even if you do get a busted arm breakage off, it won't kill her because of how long it, how little damage you do on the difficulties. Well, it'll be a pretty good boost to her damage. So yeah, she'll start doing this sort of proton ray when she gets to low HP. At this point, I know I'm not going to knock her down again, so I'm just sort of getting close and use my breakaways. But if you want to play it safe, guys, just always keep to a distance. Don't get close. She can melee you if you get close to her. And if she spawns some little orbs when you're like really close to her, you might not get a chance to dodge away, and they might just like hit you instantly. So be very careful. If you want to play it safe, like I say, just keep a distance. Watch out for these dive bombs. Yeah, sometimes she'll do 2 dives in a row, sometimes 3. It's never normally more than 3. And they have it. Gotta remember, if you do take damage, just close up and reload. There we go, mission 3. So mission 4 will be next. Mission 4 is V. You can still get an S rank in this mission and take damage. So you do not need to worry about, guys, about not taking damage in this mission. Obviously, just make sure you don't reload checkpoint. Never reload checkpoint on any mission, because the 1.2 bonus for not using checkpoints is crucial. You want that 1.2 bonus. If you use any checkpoints, that bonus will disappear. So if you ever need to reload at any point, close the app and boot the game up again and do it that way. But yeah, like I say, guys, as long as you don't have auto assist on and you get your no continue bonus 1.2, and you're doing pretty good with your S ranks, you can still get an S rank with all of these missions pretty much. I do use the X taunt quite a bit, you'll see, in his first few missions, but then a bit later on I seem to stop using it as much. Yeah, just focus on attacking the enemies really quick. The attacks I normally do, I normally just spam square and triangle. Sometimes I hold them in because they do additional attacks. I don't really do the lock-on attacks because I want to always try to keep my camera off the enemies. Yeah, you can also spawn Nightmare occasionally. Nightmare will count as different attacks, which will boost your rank. So you can sort of call Nightmare, sending him away, calling him again. That sort of boosts rank as well. Nightmare attacks himself, of course, so he helps with boosting your score. Just because he attacks himself, as long as you're not riding him, then it's a bit different. But yeah, to get through all this mission, guys, like I say, it's not too bad. The boss is quite annoying on this mission. Yeah, this boss is actually quite tricky to do no damage, even on the easiest difficulties. Yeah, get through the mission, get to the boss, guys, and I'll come back at the boss.
Come on. This bridge looks unstable. I will not allow him to gain any more power. gouge him. Enjoy the taste of despair. Turn it to the unpainted wall. Slice and gouge him. Reap what you sow. Pardon me. Human blood is the source of his strength. I must cut off his supply. Awake now. Optimism. Go fetch. Die. Pierce through. Come on. Rest in peace. Come on. Remain humble. My flesh fail on.
Yeah, like I say, this boss is just annoying because there's 4 sort of potential, you know, tentacles that can hit you. You've got 3 sort of tentacles, and then you've got boss himself. They can all hit you, and it's a bit annoying. It's quite a small arena as well. But normally, just keep running from left to right. Save on high difficulties. You might need to save Nightmare for when your pets get, you know, knocked down. Because when your pet's knocked down, obviously everyone's going to be going for you. So on high difficulties, you might want to save Nightmare until your pets get knocked down, or you sort of knock the boss down. But you see, I get hit quite a lot here. Yeah, this is probably going to be quite a tricky one to do on the final difficulty, where you have to do it without taking damage. And if you do take damage and use the orb, you lose your no continue bonus. So it might be a bit tricky. But for all these other difficulties, guys, yeah, you can still take damage and you can still get through it. Like I say, you just got to be reasonably well with your style points. And when them tentacles, when they spit a sort of black orb of oil at you, whatever it is, yeah, even if that misses you when it lands, it can still do a bit of splash damage for a few seconds. So try not to run near any orbs when they land afterwards, because they can still damage you, sort of when you walk on them. And yeah, just keep tackling him, guys. Like I say, it's quite an annoying boss, just because it's a small arena. It can be tricky to avoid them all at once. But normally running to left and right, like I say, and jumping, or using shadow and sidestepping can work quite well. But yeah, get rid of these, and I'll see you on mission 5.
Come on, pin him to the wall. The cut worm forgives the plow. What do you say?
Mission 5, you can still get an S rank on this mission even if you do take damage. As long as you do pretty well with V, guys, and don't have auto assist on like the previous mission. But this is one with 4 legs that come through a ceiling, and you want to try to take all the health down. Not completely, just so it's like a quarter left, and then they have like a blue flame coming from the orb, their weak point. That indicates you've done enough damage. Because that just, excuse me, that makes mission 6 a bit easier with Nero. But yeah, so you've got 4 legs you need to watch out for. But pretty much other than them, you just get through the fights quickly. You know, like I say, trying to keep your rank quite high. When the legs do burst through, try to focus on them straight away. And what I would say, if you do fail to completely destroy a leg before it escapes, you might want to close the app and just reload checkpoint and retry. It's good practice, guys, for the high difficulties, where that's going to make, it's going to be very, very helpful for mission 6 with Nero. Because it makes, I think on this mission 6 on Devil Hunter, I think I kill a boss before it actually collapses down the hole. But on other difficulties, it will collapse, drop down that hole, and just having it downed for like 20 seconds will really, really help. But just remember that fourth leg, just after fighting the Queen and Pusa, you need to be locked onto that red canister, ready to shoot it for when the leg swings towards the canister. And they shoot a canister, and that will completely destroy the weak point on it. That should be all 4 legs, guys. So yeah, get through all these, and I'll come back in the boss fight.
is awfully big. So high maintenance.
You're out of here. Escape route.
So high maintenance.
Here.
Hey, what's in that hole? Can we take a look?
Yeah, this white orb, it's not here. I don't think that's there on other difficulties, like Son of Spider and above. But this boss fight is a quite annoying boss fight, especially on Dante Must Die. And this is going to be very annoying on the final difficulty, guys, we're doing it one hit. So you want to try and learn this boss, how to, I mean, this goes for every single battle you're going through, every single boss. Try to get used to it, how to do it with no damage, because you're going to have to know that for your final difficulty anyway. Yeah, but this boss, it does take quite a bit getting used to, but once got used to strategy, it's a lot easier for me, like I say in Human. When he runs towards you to melee you, you can jump over that with a single jump, so even if your pets are downed, a single jump will dodge that. And you want to save Nightmare for when he stops still and just like charging up attacks. Yeah, because Nightmare will do a bit of damage to him, and it will almost always interrupt his attacks as well. But there's one particular attack where you want to keep Nightmare out for. Normally you'll just spawn Nightmare for when he's charging an attack, and then despawn him to obviously conserve your Devil Trigger gauge. But the attack where he covers a whole area in like some sort of time field, you know, because the whole area will sort of go grey. When he does that, you want to keep Nightmare out for the duration of that move, because for that move he teleports around a lot more, and if Nightmare is not out, you'll probably kill your pets quite quick, and then he'll teleport you and he'll attack you, and it's quite difficult to dodge because you'll obviously slow sphere at the same time. Quite difficult to dodge it. So yeah, normally you'll just spawn and despawn Nightmare, guys, when he's doing a charge up attack. But when he does, no, he's not had a chance to do it. I'm not giving him a chance. But yeah, when he does the attack where he covers the whole area in grey in like a big time sphere, that's the attack you want to keep Nightmare out for. And other than that, guys, just keep attacking with your pets. If he comes melee towards you, jump over it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That pretty much be a strategy for all difficulties. Yeah, I don't think I gave him a chance to use that move here. No, he didn't get a chance to use it. I mean, that'd be nice if it happened on Dante Must Die. But Dante Must Die, he'll be using it a lot because he'll have so much HP, and obviously he'll enter Devil Trigger phase where it gets more aggressive. Right, so that's mission 4 done. Hopefully you got over 5,000 points. I mean, really, you try and get over 6,000, because then it's, you know, you're ready for Dante Must Die. But the thing is, there's going to be different enemy placements in the gauntlets, and enemies take longer to kill, so you're naturally probably going to get a better rank anyway, just because you'll get a chance to do more damage to enemies, you know, at better ranks. Right, so mission 5. So this one is just a boss fight as Nero. Yeah, so this is perhaps the only one with Nero where you can still get an S rank quite easily, even if you take damage. As long as you just be aggressive on the boss and just keep attacking him, you can normally still get an S rank. So you want 7 overtures with you and 1 buster arm. 7 overtures and 1 buster arm. So this is changed. This is not changed at all from what we did on Human. Go underneath it to begin with. Just shoot his legs until he goes to sit on you. You know when he's going to sit on you because like a little bit of debris will fall from his belly and his sort of tail will straighten out at the back. That indicates about to sit on you. When he does, you want to move out of the way, obviously, so you don't get flattened. And you want to jump on top of him, guys, and charge up your Devil Breakers. And use breakage times 3 on the weak points. I mean, we're going to be doing all 7, but normally 3's a good number to begin with. And then get ready to dodge him. And normally, between using Devil Breakers, guys, you can be using your normal melee attacks up close. Obviously, get used to dodging all his attacks. Yeah, I did pretty bad on this one to begin with. But I still got an S rank. If he tries to shoot you with the blue projectiles when you're on his back, you can actually hide behind his weak points, and the projectiles will actually hit it. They don't damage it, but they actually work as sort of shields in a way. Again, once you get back on his back, use some more overtures, guys. You want to save your buster arm for when he falls down the hole. I don't think it happens on here, but that's what you're saving your buster arm for. So yeah, just keep applying the pressure, guys. Keep attacking him. This is how you still get an S rank on this. Go into Devil Trigger phase when you can. If you use Showdown, that increases your rank quite a lot. Yeah, if you use the showdown skill when you're in Devil Trigger. And yeah, just keep tackling him, guys. Yeah, normally when he walks around the front of the ship, that's when he'll fall down the hole. And that's a point where destroying them legs as V on the previous mission, that is what they have an effect on. The more damage he did to the 4 legs, the longer he stays down for when he falls down the hole. And if you destroy all 4 legs, he stays down for 20 seconds and you get 2 chances to grab his red orb. Yeah, when he falls down it will turn black, and that indicates you can use your Buster Arm for massive damage. But if you destroyed all 4 legs completely, he'll fall down, it'll go black, then it'll go red. You can get about 10 seconds worth of damage in, and then it'll go black again for a few seconds, and you can just use that Buster Arm again. But I get rid of him beforehand, so I don't really need to. But yeah, that's pretty much mission 5, guys. That's going to be the same for all difficulties, nothing's going to change. As long as you get through it quick, apply pressure always to the boss, so always sort of damage him at reasonably high ranks, and you should be able to get a S rank. Yep, obviously you do need to try to do it with no damage for your final difficulty. But yeah, I still got 7,000 points. I got a lot of points there, a lot of points, and I still got attacked. So next one is mission 6. Sorry, that was mission 6. Getting mixed up here. Yeah, so we just did mission 6. Mission 7 is next. So mission 7, we're going to choose V. We're always going to do this mission as V from now on. You can choose between Nero as V. But we've done it with them both. We've got relevant trophies.
So what happened to him and Trish?
And I think I got a trophy somewhere, didn't I? For getting 100 Devil Breakers. Yeah, I got it somewhere. I don't think I cut it out, did I? But yeah, I did get a Devil Breaker trophy with Nero. Or maybe it's going to be coming up soon. Yeah, you know, for getting 100 Devil Breakers with him. I think I got it in the on mission 2, perhaps. But yeah, mission 7, guys. We're always going to choose V, like I say, because it's quicker with V. It's quicker to get through with V. I think he's got 1 less gauntlet, I think, on this mission. I'm pretty sure he's got 1 less gauntlet to get through. But yeah, we're going to get through as V. Obviously, going to get rid of, I think it's 3 gauntlets you have to defeat enemies. Is it 3? No, it's 4 actually. Yeah, sorry, there's 4 gauntlets you have to kill the enemies. So you kill them, you get to the boss. The boss is quite easy on this one, so I don't really think I need to come and give you any tips for that. The sword guys on the boss are Proto-Angelos. They have a lot of HP, so just be careful with those guys. And just be careful you don't get attacked when you're trying to finish off an enemy. Yeah, just be careful of that. Yeah, so get through this, guys, kill the boss, and I'll see you on mission 8. Mission 8 with Nero. It's the only mission where we have to do combos with, because it's too hard to get an S rank. Well, it's too hard to no damage on high difficulties. You do get 15,000 points automatically in mission 8 if you kill the boss. But it's just he's the hardest boss, pretty much, in the game. So it's just too difficult to do. So yeah, get through this, guys, and I'll see you in mission 8, ready for our combo strategy.
Slice. way. Enjoy the taste of this. Into nothing gouge. Fall to hell. I envy you. This is your tomorrow. Painful walk. Gouging. I envy you. Turn it. Wall. At your pleasure. I envy your optimism. Mason, my blood fail on you. I envy your optimism. Pardon me. I envy your optimism. Rest. The end is now. I have to keep going. Here. Come on. Gouging. Pardon. I envy your optimism. Yeah. The Glyphon has grown this large. How much blood has been sacrificed? Them all.
what we'll do first for mission 8 is we're going to customize. With us, we're going to take Ragtime. It wants to be in this order. So you've got Ragtime, Jabira, Jabira, Buster Arm, Ragtime, Jabira, Jabira. This is a very specific build for doing these combos and these gauntlets we're going to be doing. This took me quite a while to work out, and I guess you could do this for every difficulty, but this would have took me forever to work out, you know, strategies like this for every single mission. This is why I just stuck to mission 8, and we just do no damage pretty much on all the others. Yeah, this would took me ages to do a strategy like this for every single mission. But yeah, so you got that set up, guys. If you take damage here, it doesn't matter. Like I say, this mission is mega hard to avoid damage. Well, you literally can't avoid damage unless you kill the boss. So you don't really have a choice. But yeah, we're going to come over here. We're going to keep wire snatching this enemy and jumping on him until you get to B rank. And while you're doing so, you want to grab one with your Buster, and you want to hold it. Not your Buster, not the Devil Breaker, don't confuse it. I mean, sorry, your Devil Bringer. You want to grab it and hold it. Hold in your Devil Bringer button, and that will hold the enemy. And once you got to B rank, from just snatching and jumping on the enemy, you'll do one more taunt, like an air taunt, to land on here. You want to make sure you're not on here, otherwise one of the enemies might come behind you and attack you. And on here, do the X provocation, like so. You know once you finish, because you'll get the red orbs. Yep, and then what I normally do, I come over here, and you want to get Ragtime Breakage ready, and use it. Then quickly go into Devil Trigger form, and use the Showdown skill. Yeah, make sure you use Showdown. Showdown does a massive boost to your score. That's it, and then you're going to use Jabira Mid-Air Breakage times 2, and then that'll be it. If anybody's still remaining, they shouldn't have much health left. Just use a few attacks to get rid of them, guys. And that should give you a good rank. Obviously, don't get hit during this because it's going to mess up your score. Not for the whole mission, but as you know, if you get hit, it knocks your score down a little bit. And yeah, so you want to make sure you're over, probably over about 5,500. I mean, 5,000 should be okay, but normally if I do that well, I can get through that fight with almost 7,000 points. But on high difficulties, on Son of Spider and above, it's going to be all different enemies, and my strategy layer actually works better on Son of Spider and above. It works a lot better. But yeah, so you want to do that exactly that way, guys. Rewind it if you need to, or check my text guide. So I've got a list of it in my text guide as well, exactly how we're doing it. Avoid these tentacles, do not attack them. On high difficulties, they can increase your score. Because they die too quick on these difficulties, these lower ones, they will actually decrease it. So leave them tentacles. Yeah, once you go through a bloodstream, carry on. Yeah, I can't imagine doing strategies like this for every single mission. Probably I'd still be working on it now. Yeah, so here, make sure you jump across this pit. This is a optional battle you do not want to engage with. So yeah, just jump across the pit, jump, air taunt, jump, air taunt. You got a triple jump, and of course your air taunts give you a little bit more air time. Make sure Buster Arm, by the way, is your next Devil Breaker. Yeah, Buster Arm wants to be your next Devil Breaker. Okay, so again, just like we did on the first enemy, we're going to wire snatch it and then use enemy step until we get to B rank. Yeah, like so. Now this is your only enemy which is going to spawn until you kill it. Then a few more will spawn. So this one's nice and easy on Devil Hunter and below, because you've only got this enemy until you kill him and then more will spawn. So yeah, get to B rank, and then you want to grab him and hold him, and then do your X provocation, your X taunt. Obviously while you're in the air, you can actually do an air taunt before you land. Yeah, I messed up here. I thought I grabbed him, but I hadn't. So I'm going to have to do my X provocation again. I've lost a bit of score here. I've probably actually done quite bad with my score on this mission. I mean, I've more or less shown you how to do it. But you see, even if you're not perfect, you'll still get a pretty good score. Like I say, I actually find doing this a bit easier on the high difficulties, because I actually did more extensive testing on the high difficulties. So once you've done your X provocation, you want to, with your Devil Bringer, let it go, so you do a normal sort of grab move on him, and then you should fully charge Buster Arm to kill it. Right, once that enemy's dead, more will spawn in. Use your Ragtime now to freeze them all. Yeah, I've messed up again. And then once you use ragtime, use your devil trigger and then use showdown on the enemies. That's it. Once you've done that, use Jabira mid-air breakage ×2. And that should pretty much finish them all off. If not, just use some normal attacks. There you go, guys, and that should get you a nice high rank. I messed up quite a bit on that one. I actually got hit by one of the riot enemies. Did you see that? One of them hit me and destroyed my score a little bit. But it's still pretty high. Still over 5,000, which is great. Yeah, it went the wrong way there. Remember, you need over 5,000 points for an S rank on this difficulty. So as long as you got over 5,000 and you don't use any continues, you're still going to get your 1.2 bonus at the end of it for not using any checkpoints. So whatever score you're currently at, you're going to get 20% extra on top of that. So even if you get like 4,500, you can pretty much still get an S rank. Okay guys, so this divinity statue, going to get ready for the third gauntlet. So for this one you want ragtime, you want buster arm, and Jabira. You've got only one more gauntlet left, then you're at the boss. So ragtime, buster arm, Jabira. This one you don't get a chance to use X provocation. It's too tricky. I mean, of course you would normally get into a corner, you turn the camera away from the enemies and do it then, but it's too tricky. You'll find with a lot of enemies, they try to get into the camera. That's why doing the X taunt you really got to plan out, you know, your usage of the X taunt and when you can use it, because the enemies will try to get in your camera even if you rotate the camera away from them. So yeah, so for this fight, what we're going to do, wire snatch, and you're going to keep using enemy step on an enemy until you get to B rank. So you keep doing this. Once you get to B rank, you're going to do an air taunt just as you in the air, guys, before you land. Then you're going to use ragtime breakage to freeze everything for like 7 seconds. There we go. Once you've done that, use your devil trigger and use showdown on any enemy for a massive increase to your rank. Yeah, showdown, there you go. Right, then you're going to use buster arm on one of the enemies. Yep, and you use your Jabira mid-air breakage. And that should finish them all off. The thing which I did there, which I wasn't supposed to, I used my devil trigger. So normally, if you look at my text guide, I don't actually use the devil trigger. I go from ragtime straight to buster arm. If you notice, I took a bit of damage when I was using my buster arm move, but because I was in the grabbing animation, it didn't actually affect my score. But yeah, normally I wouldn't have used devil trigger, guys. Like I said, I would have used a ragtime, gone straight to the buster arm, and then the Jabira mid-air breakage. Obviously doing that devil trigger, yeah, it increased my score a little bit, but it wasn't really necessary. I can still get an S rank quite easily without doing that. And the thing is, you might not even have enough devil trigger points anyway to use your devil trigger. Alright, so what we've got left, guys, is the boss. As long as you've been pretty good with your combos, you should be looking at an S rank. You're going to take damage on the boss. You either have to kill this boss or take damage to end the fight. So this is what I mean. This mission is hardest one to no damage because you'd have to beat the boss. And this boss is mega hard on Dante Must Die. Mega hard. Hardest boss in the game, definitely. Because that stupid crystal, you can't attack the boss until you destroy the crystal. And the crystal was such a tank. But yeah, once you get to the boss, guys, first you have to destroy the crystal. You can't finish this fight until you destroy the crystal for the first time. So you have to get into a second phase. So just dodge his attacks. Use your normal charge up shots on the crystal. Once you destroy the crystal, he'll stand up finally. And once you're standing up, then you can let him kill you. You'll see it takes ages to let him kill you on this difficulty. But it's quicker than killing him, I guess. So yeah, destroy the crystal. Once you're standing up, let him kill you, because that will end the mission, guys. And that should hopefully get you an S rank. I get over 6,000 points, so I've still got more than enough. Yep, and then we'll be mission 9. So get through the boss fight, guys, and I'll see you at the start of mission 9.
Almost broke. You ready to get slapped?
Nowhere to go. Run while
Let's get her.
Yeah, so this is another one with V. Quite an easy one because the boss on this level is just 3 nobodies. Yeah, you've got to fight nobody at the end. 3 of them. So yeah, like I say, it's not too bad one. You've got a gauntlet to begin with, then you've got a few more gauntlets later on. You can skip between the first and second gauntlet. There's 2 paths. You can go straight ahead if you keep some Devil Trigger Gauge to keep Nightmare and use them to break the wall. But you can try and use X Taunt if you want, but you might just want to just keep attacking the enemies, guys, and get rid of them. That still works pretty well for your score anyway. So yeah, get through this, guys. Like I say, it's not a too bad mission. A simple boss at the end, and I'll come back on mission 10 with Dante.
Resist all you want. I have to keep going. Struggle all you want. Yeah. Running out of time. That will let you gouge him. Come on. Now. Come on. optimism. Keep struggling.
Awfully quiet, Pete. Thinking about Mommy Dearest?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But the past is a bitter place for me. Eradicate the wall. Now it begins. Come on. Pin the wall. Come on. At your pleasure.
Bad feeling about this place. Think I might get where we could go. Dead?
Quite possible.
Just one thing here, guys. You will see me skip this gauntlet. If you do that, you can sort of teleport past the gauntlet barrier before it spawns.
Sparta.
Yeah, with your lock on and circle attack, which makes you teleport. Is if you teleport into an enemy to finish them off quickly. You can sort of teleport past that gauntlet, but you have to be quick. But the thing is, if you do skip that gauntlet, some of the enemies do follow you down here. Anyway, you see there'll be a Baphomet that's followed me down. This guy, he's actually followed me from that gauntlet. Yeah, just let you know you can skip that gauntlet, but it's a bit tricky. I don't normally pull it off. So yeah, carry on guys, rest of the mission, and I'll see you on mission 10.
present. It's... Come on. Its mask changed. That's the tactic. I'll be sure to watch out for that. Here's the roll. Come on. Slice it. I can let you gouge it. It's yours. Enjoy the taste of despair. Come on. Gouge it. It's my turn to play with the devil. Here, you like to dance? Blast.
Come here.
Right, so here we go, Dante. Dante's so overpowered, but the thing is, because his skills are so overpowered, you don't seem to get much score with him. Yeah, you don't seem to get much score. You will need to do no damage on this mission to get an S rank. But normally, you want to be using the red shot or red hot knight. If you can, you want to use red hot knight where possible. That seems to give you a bit more rank, a bit more points than what red shot does. But as you remember, with red hot knight, start the animation and then move the camera away from the enemies while you are charging, and then you're less likely to get hit. Yep, and there we go. You don't really get a chance to do the X taunt with Dante, unfortunately. I mean, you can start it off with some enemies, but for the most parts, you just want to be as the enemies are spawning in, start charging your red hot knight. So as they spawn, you can sort of release one or two and finish them off almost instantly. But if you think you're not going to get a chance to use it, just use your red shot, guys. Switch to Trickster. I forgot the name of it then. Yes, switch to the Trickster style. Only use Gunslinger when you're charging red hot knight, because you always want Trickster really, because you can dodge with circle. Gunslinger, you just want to switch that when you're charging red hot knight, and use Trickster when you're moving like so. Yeah, if you're not going to be able to get rid of an enemy quick enough, then just resort to Trickster guy style and then use some red hot knights. These guys, it's a little bit tricky doing these with red hot knight because they've already spawned in when the fight starts, so you don't get a chance to charge it. So you just want to use your normal red shot on these. You can actually use, if you look in your skill list, you can use the Mad Hatter skills and the hat trick. The hat trick skills, you lobby hat an enemy, and then you press a button again when it comes back to you, and you do like a sort of explosive attack, and that can be quite good for building up your score, just like a different attack, but it also builds up your Devil Trigger gauge as well. You don't need to conserve your Devil Trigger gauge for anything, by the way, so if you do want to use Sin Devil Trigger or a Devil Trigger for any fight, you can do. Sin Devil Trigger along with the Judgment skill can be really good for clearing out enemies, by the way, if you do want to use that. But remember, if you do take any damage, so we want to be doing this mission without taking damage, close app and just reload, guys. Yeah, close app and reload, because we want to make sure we do this without damage and without using any checkpoints. So I'll leave you to it, guys. I'll come back very soon though, because it's a way to skip a gauntlet and I want to remind you about it. Yeah, so when you get to here, make sure you go in this little hole first, a small hidden chamber, spawn the enemies, and then come back out. Then quickly sprint down this hallway, and if you're quick enough, guys, that should skip this gauntlet. Yeah, normally a enemy gauntlet triggers in this corridor, but trigger those enemies in that little chamber. It sort of bypasses this gauntlet if you're quick enough,
These ladies work fast.
and that really helps. Yep, that's really all the advice I can give now for the rest of the mission. You know what you're doing. You need to get through this without taking damage. For the boss fight, the boss fight will automatically end after about a minute. So when it comes to boss fight, just avoid all his attacks. No need to damage him. Just avoid his attacks for about a minute, and then the fight will end, guys. And as long as you've not taken any damage, that pretty much should get you an S rank.
Come on. Have some fun? Have some fun? Yeah, getting close. I can feel it. Oh yeah.
You shall regret your existence.
Yeah, just over 6,000. It gets close. On Dante Must Die, you need 6,000 points for an S rank. List difficulty is only 5,000. So it's going to get close on Dante Must Die. But because the enemies are tougher, that should help you build up a bit more rank. Mission 11. There's a trophy for completing this one. Have I mentioned this before? There's a trophy for completing it without any weapons equipped. But we're waiting until we've got super suits unlocked before we do that. If you're wondering why we're not doing it yet, yeah, and wait until we get super suits unlocked, guys. It'll make it much easier. So again, we need to do this mission without taking damage for an S rank. There's 3 gauntlets in this fight, in this mission. You have to do 3 gauntlets. You're going to try and build up your STD gauge for the boss and some of your Devil Trigger gauge just for a bit more damage. But yeah, your Sin Devil Trigger gauge comes in really useful for the boss. So try to build up your gauges for the boss. You'll see me in some fights. It's the second gauntlet can be a bit tricky to use for Red Hot Knight, and even your red shot can be a bit annoying because you got them stupid Hell Judesha enemies, then purple ones with the double swords, and they keep teleporting. So what you see me do with them, I use my hat trick skill, it builds up quite a lot of points for me, and it also builds up quite a lot of Devil Trigger. And then the third gauntlet, quite a lot of enemies spawn on that, but they all spawn, it's sort of like all timed.
I'm not a fan of
Like 3 will spawn to begin with, then 5 seconds into the fight, another 3 enemies will spawn. And then once you kill like them enemies, a few more will spawn. So yeah, the third gauntlet, you can normally get through it if you use like a single red hot knight each time. You get rid of most of them. Just be quite careful on the third gauntlet, like I say, it's quite a small arena, and there'll be hell bats at one point as well, so you just got to be careful there. Yeah, so get through this, guys, and just come back at the boss.
Up we go, I suppose. Seems like the fastest route. Well, that's gonna collapse. What? And hide! And hide! And hide!
You're right, so let's go and kill that fool. Who is it? Is it Angelo? I think it's Angelo, yeah. Cavalier Angelo. So hopefully you've taken no damage at this point. Remember, if you do, just close the app and reload. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to dodge his first few attacks. Then we're going to use Sin Devil Trigger Gauge. If you don't have Sin Devil Trigger Gauge, don't worry. You can normally get away by just using Red Shot when he lowers his wings. And then when he teleports away, use Red Hot Knight. But this way I'm showing you, this is how we're going to do it on high difficulties. I used the wrong skill here. I didn't mean to use that one. I meant to hold the R2 button, which is called the loose. Yeah, the loose skill. That's one you want to use, where you just float in the air and you lob loads of little projectiles at him. And then he'll teleport away. Then once he teleports away, that's when you use Red Hot Knight, guys. And that should finish him off. And that should work on almost all difficulties. I did the domination skill there. That's not what I wanted to do. Like I said, I wanted to use the loose skill, L-U-C-E. Like I say, you hold R2 and you just float in the air, shooting those little projectiles, but they do a lot of damage. And that normally trigger him to teleport away and do that charge up attack at the end. And then that normally be when you land and use Red Hot Knight to finish him off. Alright, so mission 12. So we're going to skip most of the fights on this mission. Yeah, skip most of the fights on this mission. The first enemy gauntlet here, be very careful because a chaos enemy drops in almost straight away. Yeah, just there. Yeah, so just straight away you want to be using either Mad Hatter or Red Hot Knight. Now for this mission, don't bother about building up your Sin Devil Trigger Gauge. You automatically get full gauge when you start the boss fight. So do not worry about your Sin Devil Trigger Gauge. Just try to build up the lower gauge, the purple one, your Devil Trigger. That's the only gauge you want full. Don't worry about converting it, guys. Yep, and yep, kill these guys. Like I say, just keep using red shots along with the Mad Hatter skill. Sorry, not Mad Hatter, I mean Hat Trick. That's it. Get rid of these and then crack on. You'll see me skip. This is that one where we skipped a lot of the a lot of the gauntlets by jumping up the courtyard, jumping up to the windows, by using Cavalier, high sides, and our extra jumps in the air, along with Trickster and Dash. Works really well. You have to do that first gauntlet, of course, and there's a gauntlet you have to do leading up to one of the blood clots. But this other gauntlet we'll be doing soon, you can always just quickly use a Red Hot Knight in that one. If you're quick, it gets rid of them more quickly. Yeah, remember we're using Air Hike, High Side, and Trickster Dash to reach these upper windows. But really helps, it helps you skip loads of fight, guys. Yeah, then carry on, and I'll come back just for the boss fight.
Oh, great. Crossroads. Decisions. Don't want to keep Mr. Demon King waiting. Gotta pick up the pace. Be all of them. It's been a while since I used my brain this much. Man, this brings me back.
No need to enter the shop. Don't know what I'm doing there. That was a little mistake by me. Yeah, so this boss fight, you start off in Sin Devil Trigger form. So straight away, what you would normally do on high difficulties, you're going to use the loose for literally like a second. You know, we hold R2. Remember, we still need to be no damage. You'll use loose for like a second, and then you'll use Judgment. For Judgment, you press triangle and L1 together, depending on what your loadout is. Triangle, basically melee and shoot together. Judgment, that should destroy his crystal. Yep, then you dodge away, dodge his first tentacle. That's it. And then start using red shot, guys. Use Devil Trigger as well to do more damage. That's it. And that should keep him like a stun lock. He might get chance to spawn the crystal again. If he does, keep shooting him, dodge a few more attacks, and should be able to finish him off quick enough. And there we go. Got him, guys. No damage. On my strategy for the high difficulties, I've got it in a way where he doesn't spawn the crystal again. We actually knock him down. But you have to be quite careful. I found on other difficulties, if you use Devil Trigger Gauge, you do too much damage, and it triggers him to respawn his crystal. But if you don't have the Devil Trigger active, you don't do enough damage, but you knock him down, you sort of stagger him, and then you can actually use Devil Trigger. So I think he respawns crystal like of course over a certain time limit, or when you do a certain amount of damage. But you can actually skip that if you knock him down while you sort of pass that damage threshold for when he respawns crystal. But anyway, that's high difficulties. So mission 13 next. So this is that one where we have to complete it with all 3 characters for a misc trophy. We've done it with Dante and Nero, or I have. Hopefully you did if you've been following me on Human and Legendary Dark Knight. But basically we're doing this with anybody you haven't done it with yet. Like I said, I've done it with Nero and Dante, and that's what I advised in the other playthrough. So now we're doing it as V. As V, you're pretty much going to have to destroy... You don't actually have to destroy all the enemies here, except for the very first gauntlet. The very first gauntlet, you have to kill the first enemy But after that, when you drop into the massive chambers with the enemy spawners and the blood clots beneath them, all you have to do is destroy the spawners and then destroy the blood clots beneath them to remove the vines, and then drop down the hole in the middle. It's only this very first enemy you have to kill. Yeah, all the other battles you just have to, like I say, destroy the blood clots, drop down the hole, and keep doing that. Problem with V is it's a lot trickier for him to lock onto a specific blood clot and focus on that. So you'll find with V, you'll pretty much have to destroy all the enemies. But it's not too bad. It should increase your rank, and of course, because we're playing as V and you're going to be hopefully getting a good rank, it shouldn't really matter, guys, if you take any damage. Yeah, it shouldn't really matter if you do take any damage with V. As long as you do get a good rank with him, yeah, it shouldn't matter too much. Yep, and then get the first fight, guys, and I'll see you on mission 14.
Something down there. How about you?
Mission 14. This is the last one you play as to be. So it can be a little bit tricky on this one because there's only three enemies, and they're all boss type enemies. So with Artemis, you'll find Artemis, it's quite tricky. I take tons of damage on this fight. I actually did really bad on this particular playthrough this mission, and I still got how many points altogether? I still got over 7,000 points, and like I said, I did really bad on this run through this mission. I mean, you do need to practice this because you do have to do this without taking damage on the final difficulty. But what I do first, I always do Artemis first and go with Griffin. Artemis is quite a simple enemy to avoid, and her attacks, the other boss types, the other bosses, they will sometimes not go for you and you don't have to worry. But Artemis, because how big her attacks are, even if she's going for your pets, her attacks will still hit you because they cover such a big area of the arena. So for Artemis, you always have to be dodging her attacks, even if she's sort of going for your pets. So yeah, I do Artemis first, and then I rescue Griffin to begin with for Artemis. Focus on Artemis. Then after Artemis, we go for Goliath. For Goliath, we call Shadow. But then during the Goliath fight, when I get an opportunity, you'll find I don't really pick my opportunities that well in like I say, this particular playthrough. But you'll normally try to wait until he's going for your pets, and then you'll use your X taunt to build up your rank while fighting Goliath, and you'll also do the same with Angelo. Yeah, use your X taunt, and that's pretty much how you do it, guys, and still get a good rank. Like I say, with Artemis, don't matter too much, but with Goliath, you want to try to use X taunt when you can, and the same with Angelo. Then hopefully that should keep your rank reasonably high. Right, so get through that, guys, and I'll see you near the end, and we'll get ready for mission 15.
That's one down.
Best we avoid it if possible, especially given my condition. They're safe.
No time to worry about them, Pete.
My journey is coming to an end.
Yeah, still got 7,000 points. So I did reasonably well. I mean, even with all that damage I took, I still got a lot of points. Alright, so mission 15, guys. Back is Nero. So you might want to take a full magazine of Tiberius in this battle. The mid-air breakers will come in. The very first gauntlet, they come in really useful because you're in like a really tight corridor. It's mega useful in there. And it's reasonably helpful in the other fights, just not as, because the arena is much bigger and a lot of the projectiles sort of get lost. But yeah, get through this, guys, and I'll come back on the boss fights.
Split up again, huh? Work better alone anyway. Crossroads. Which way should I go? Riding high! Let's get airport! 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 Open up, Gerber! Gerber! Let's get airport! Gerber! Riding high! Sorry, Dante. The Demon King's mine. Got a little something for you. Gerber! Let's get airport. Try this on the side. Gerber! Let's get airport. Gerber! Open up, Gerber! Gerber! That's awfully generous.
So we're coming up to the boss now. So just going to go into the shop, the divinity statue, and for our magazine we want Jabira, Buster Arm, Jabira, Buster Arm, Jabira, Buster Arm, and just keep going on with that pattern. The way we're going to fight this boss is the same on all difficulties. His attacks will change a little bit. He'll be a bit more aggressive, of course. He'll have more health. Like I say, some of his attacks do change a little bit. Normally, most of his attacks are easy to dodge. It's when he charges at you, you need to be careful. But you'll normally know when he's going to charge because his body will turn black, like oily. So you know when it turns black, he sort of goes into rage mode and will keep charging. To dodge his charge, you need to triple jump. Otherwise, you won't be able to dodge it. That's why it's quite hard. You don't get much time. If you don't triple jump, it'll hit you, and it'll ruin that no damage. Yeah, we have to no damage. Did I not say that? Yeah, we have to no damage this mission. Yeah, that attack there when he charges at you. And then as soon as you knock him down, you use some charge up shots in the meantime. As soon as you knock him down, use a Jabira breakage, either mid-air or ground breakage like I just did. And then quickly use a Buster Arm breakage. If you're quick enough, you'll have time to use both for massive amount of damage. Yeah, massive amount of damage. Right, and then get away. Yeah, on other difficulties, he'll actually charge at you even when he's not black, and that's where you got to be tricky. But not normally until he gets into low health. But you normally know because he'll teleport to the middle of the arena, and if that happens, you'll normally triple jump just in case you just run out charging. But when he does this move, where she's sucking up, you save your devil trigger just for this move, and then you run to the side of her and you'll use showdown. You run to the side of her, use devil trigger, and then showdown. Make sure you're not in front of her when she's doing that sucking attack, because when you knock her down, she'll fall on you and do some damage. So yeah, you go devil trigger, showdown when she's doing that sucking up move where she's sucking up all the soil. That'll knock her down. Like I say, make sure you're at the side, and then again another Jabira and Buster Arm. And yeah, hopefully that should finish you off, guys. As long as you did no damage and no continues, that should qualify you for an instant S rank. And next is mission 16. Mission 16 is quite annoying. I mean, it's quite quick to get through. You just keep dropping through the shafts, but some of the fights, they're in small arenas and it can be quite annoying to do no damage. if you're not quick. A lot of them, as long as you're really quick, like literally as soon as the gauntlet begins, start charging Red Hot Knight, move the camera away, then release 1 or 2 charges. That normally works for the most part. But as you drop down these shafts, grab some white orbs you find, just so you've got a full Sin Devil trigger gauge and a full Devil trigger gauge ready for the boss fight. Yeah, there'll be loads of these, not as many on high difficulties, but there will be some. Yeah, just grab these on the way down until you've got 2 full gauges, guys, and save that for the boss fight. Right, carry on down and get through these gauntlets. You will see me after the checkpoint. Yeah, you will see me sort of reload at one point. I do a little edit. Thing is, these enemies, they're all going to change on the next difficulty. So all these gauntlets, if you're getting used to them, don't try to get too used to them. Like I say, all these enemies will change on the next difficulty. It actually works out a bit easier on it. I think a lot of the fights, they work out easy on the next difficulty. Like I said, I did more extensive testing on the high difficulties because I had to. But we try and do this no damage. So if you do take any damage, just close up and reload quickly. Like I say, as soon as you drop into an arena, use Red Hot Knight. And if you don't get a chance to use it, then keep camera off the enemies and keep using Red Shot. Or go into Trickster and keep dodging and using the hat trick skill, guys. Works pretty well as well for keeping your score high. Just key thing here is to not take damage, guys, and to keep your gauges ready for the boss fight. I'll come back at the boss.
Time to screw around.
Yeah, so boss fight coming up next. This strategy works better on high difficulties. The problem is, on these low difficulties, the boss, he gets knocked down too quick, and it kind of messes up the strategy a bit. Yeah, but pretty much what you would do, you would dodge his first few attacks. Yep, move to the back of the arena, and then you go into several Sin Devil Trigger Gauge, and then you'd use the Loose skill. The Loose, that's one where you hold R2, like I said, and you just lob loads of projectiles at him. On high difficulties, that normally wouldn't knock him down, and then you would use Red Shot to do a bit more damage and knock him down. So yeah, go into Sin Devil Trigger Gauge, get away, guys, you don't take any damage. Use the Loose, that's it, the skill here. That's it. Normally you would use Red Hot to do a bit more damage and knock him down. But once you knocked him down, then you just want to use Red Hot Knight. Yep. I messed up a bit here because I was going too much by my text, which said to use Red Shot next. But it's already knocked down. So yeah, normally you'd use for this on Devil Hunter, use Sin Devil Trigger, dodge his first few attacks, use the Loose. Once you're knocked down, charge Red Hot Knight, guys, and finish him off. It's like I say, it's only on high difficulties where you need to use Red Shot a little bit afterwards, just do a bit more damage and knock him down. Alright, so as long as you took no damage, guys, that should be an S rank. Plenty of points. So mission 17 next is a boss fight. Only a boss fight, and you can take damage on this and still get an S rank. even on high difficulties. You'll see I get over 6,000 points on this, which is enough to S rank all difficulties. So the way we're going to do this is straight away you're going to use a fully charged Red Hot Knight, and just before it releases you're going to use Devil Trigger to do a little bit more damage. As you know, Devil Trigger increases your attack and your defense amongst a few other things. Yeah, so straight away charge Red Hot Knight, and like I say, just before it's about to release, use Devil Trigger to do a bit more damage, and then again use a fully charged Red Hot Knight again. That should finish him off. If not, because you're on high difficulty, then you'd wait a moment for him to teleport, and then once he teleports, then you'd use Red Hot Knight again after a second after he's teleported. Because if you do on the third Red Hot Knight, like I say, on Devil Hunter, 2 Red Hot Knights is enough to kill him, like so. But on high difficulties you normally have to use 3, but it's a bit tricky using the third one. But I'll come back. What I'll do, I'll come back to that on high difficulties because it's just going to confuse you. Yeah, you just begin that fight, guys. Red Hot Knight, and then use the Red Hot Knight again, and that finish him off. Like I say, use Devil Trigger just before you release the first one. Okay, so mission 18. Sorry, not 8. I meant 8 with a 1 before it. So mission 18 is the sort of next sort of long, the last sort of long mission. Mission 19 and 20 are just boss fights again. So this mission is always my strategy is always evolving. I've changed it again. Yeah, I've changed it again, even, you know, Root and Devil Hunter. So what you'll find with this one, you'll need to do no damage on this for an S rank. It's quite tricky to get over 6,000 points for Dante Must Die, and even with no damage. Yeah, even with no damage, it can be tricky to S rank on this one. But I seem to have got a really good spot to use your X taunt with, and it works really well here. Yeah, by the way, you don't need to worry about your Sin Devil Trigger gauge for this. All you want to be doing is building up your Devil Trigger gauge for this to save for the boss. So what you're going to do, as soon as the fight begins, this very first fight, use X taunt. Use X taunt straight away, that's it. And now you keep the camera away from the enemy. I don't know why, but you seem to get a massive window to use it on this. Yeah, so use the X taunt, that's it, show off. Bust a move to the boss. Maybe he's in a trance. He's mesmerised by my dance moves. That's it. Once you've done it, start using your red shot to down the enemy, and then once you do, use Red Hot Knight. That should start you with a massive boost to your rank, guys. That gives you a massive starting boost. Yeah, normally I'd have 2,000 points after this fight, but now I think I end up with like 4,000 or so. Yeah, you probably want to go and hit that blood clot. I avoid it in this playthrough. I just want to see what happens. I've always destroyed blood clots. I mean, they make the arena bigger at the end, but I want to see, you know, how much of a difference it makes. Yeah, 5,500 points. Crazy, just from using the X taunt at the start, and that gives you a massive boost, guys. So this guy, you don't get enough chance to use your X taunt, so don't bother. Just straight away start attacking him. Yeah, don't really bother. It's too risky with this guy. Just straight away start attacking him. Should be very careful because this enemy can attack you very quickly. So never stay in one place for too long. Shoot for a few seconds, then move. Shoot for a few seconds, then move. And just keep doing that, guys. That's it, that's him down. Now your scores start going down quite a bit now. That 5,500 to begin with was a massive boost. So you might want to go right here and destroy that second blood clot. I will be destroying the blood clots on the high difficulties. Like I said, just avoiding them here. I just want to see how much of an impact it makes. So as soon as you start this fight, straight away start attacking the shadow. And if you kill him quick enough, guys, hopefully you'll skip the fight with Griffin as well before Griffin spawns. Or get a chance to attack. There you go. Right, that's going to lower your score even more. Now it's on 3,000. Right, and once you start the final fight, so all we're going to do, we're going to dodge around the arena. Just keep dodging around the arena until Nightmare teleports away. You know when he teleports away because the sky will sort of clear up. It'll just go a bit clearer. Sort of, it's grey at the moment, but you'll know the sort of atmosphere it'll lighten up a bit, and that indicates that Nightmare is sort of despawned. I'm trying to look for it so I can say. Yeah, keep the camera off the enemies. There you go. See, did you see the atmosphere just slightly lighten up a little bit? When that's happened, that means Nightmare is despawned. Right, now with Nightmare not on the map, we're just going to focus on getting rid of these two enemies. Knock them both down first. You have to take their health away completely. Just knock them down first and then focus on one. That's it, just use red shot here. Remember with Shadow, when he's active, don't stay in one place for too long. If he's knocked down, it don't matter. Right, when you've taken the health, all the health down. Right, now you're going to move away because Nightmare's going to try to spawn on you. Right, once he spawns, get ready to use Red Hot Night. Don't use it straight away, wait a few seconds. That's it, and then start charging it. And then normally once he teleports away, it should land on him. That's it, use Devil Trigger Gauge at the same time so you do more damage. And that should finish him off, guys. A little bit more damage, and that's... yeah, that should work on all difficulties. That's no damage, and that should get you enough points. Loads, over 7,000. I think that's the highest score I've ever got on that level. Yeah, I'm hoping that X-Taunt at start works on high difficulties. Like I say, I learned that strategy doing this playthrough while recording this, so hopefully, because that's one of the tricky missions, like I say, to no damage. So hopefully that'll work on high difficulties. Right, so mission 19 next, guys. 2 boss fights coming up. Yep, and then we've pretty much completed the game. So yeah, for this first one on mission 19, so you've got Virgil, but you're playing as Dante. So this is going to be the same strategy for all difficulties, same strategy. So straight away, all we want to do is jump over his attacks to dodge. You want to make sure you got the swords, it's swordsman, the swordsman style equipped, and then hold circle in to charge up round trip. That's it. When he's finished an attack combo, let go, and then start charging Red Hot Night straight away. That's it. Then when he's about to attack you with his projectiles, press square to use Devil Trigger. That'll deflect a few attacks because you want to do no damage, and that should, as long as you're quick enough, you should just be able to kill him without taking any damage, guys, to get the no damage bonus. That's it. That'll work for all difficulties. Like I say, you've got to be quick though, and you want to make sure you do not release round trip until he's finished an attack combo. On high difficulties, he'll actually be in the air, and it juggles him for a bit longer, but on low difficulties he stays on the ground. So you've actually got a bit more of a window on high difficulties. It keeps him stunned for longer. But yeah, that's the same strategy for all difficulties. Right, so mission 20. All you want for this is Overture times 3 and Buster Arm times 1. So Overture times 3, Buster Arm times 1. This strategy doesn't work as well on high difficulties. I have to adapt it quite a bit. He doesn't die nowhere near as quick on high difficulties. But for Devil Hunter and below, he dies mega quick. So you're going to dodge his attacks, and you're going to charge fully charged bullets. So you always want fully charged bullets. And then you wait for him to finish an attack combo. Shoot him 3 times with your fully charged bullets. Pull him towards you. And then melee him a few times until you knock him back. That's it. And then repeat. Fully charged bullets. Remember, they have to be fully charged. And again, wait for him to finish your combo. Shoot him 3 times, pull him towards you, and then attack. Then once you knocked him down, like so, 3 overtures, very quick. Make sure it's 3, and then a fully charged Buster Arm. So, fully charged overtures and fully charged Buster Arm. Basically a breakage of 3 Buster Arms. A breakage of 3 overtures, followed by a breakage of a Buster Arm. And that'll pretty much instantly kill him, guys, like so. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work on high difficulties. He's got more health. Not more health, but you do much less damage. But it still pretty much works. It just takes a bit longer, and we have to adapt it a little bit. But yeah, that's it, guys. Game completed on Devil Hunter mode. You should get that trophy. Showtime. That's for completing the game of Devil Hunter. Hopefully you've got every mission with an S rank on Devil Hunter as well. So you don't have to revisit any of them. But if you do, it just means you're going to have to go back to one of the missions later on. But yeah, that's my Devil Hunter guide. Next will be Son of Spider, which is pretty much going to be preparation for all the other difficulties, because of enemy placements from Son of Spider, it's going to be the same for every difficulty. All that's going to change after that will be, you know, damage, the amount of damage you do, the defense you have, and yeah, the amount of points which is needed for S rank. So yeah, like I say, that'll be it guys. That's my Devil Hunter guide done, S ranks on all missions. Thank you for watching, and I see you on the next video.